Welcome back, everyone. We hoped you missed us. Power brings lots of benefits along, like ridiculous amounts of money and sky-high living standards. An example of this is a person who you could have imagined, Vladimir Putin. Let's take a look at his insane lifestyle. Career. Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin, born on the 7th of October 1952, is a Russian political and former intelligence officer who has served as the president of Russia since 2012, having previously served between 2000 and 2008. He was the Prime Minister of Russia from 1999 to 2000 and again from 2008 to 2012, thus having served continuously as either president or prime minister from 1999 onwards. Putin worked as a KGB foreign intelligence officer for 16 years, rising to the rank of lieutenant colonel before resigning in 1991 to begin a political career in St. Petersburg. In April 2021, following a referendum, he signed into law constitutional amendments, including one that would allow him to run for re-election twice more, potentially extending his presidency to 2036. Being the president of such a powerful country for such a long time enabled him to amass great wealth and assets. Wealth. On paper, Russian President Vladimir Putin seems like a humble statesman with a modest income, but no one is sure of the reality. Vladimir Putin is believed to be the world's richest man. The CEO of a wealth management company claimed Putin's wealth is $200 billion. Putin has always intrigued the world with his personality and his past as a KGB officer. Here we take a look at his lifestyle. Officially, the Kremlin has mentioned that Putin earns an annual salary of $140,000 according to Fortune. His publicly declared assets include an 800 square foot apartment, a trailer, and 3 cars, the report further said. But he is often believed to be the world's richest man. Investment and asset management company Hermitage Capital Management claimed in 2017 that Putin's wealth is $200 billion. Properties. Putin's official residence as the president of Russia is in Moscow, Kremlin. Kremlin's meeting rooms, where journalists and leaders from all over the world have to wait for 2 to 4 hours before actually seeing him in person, are said to look just like throne rooms. However, his real residence is outside the city and is called Novo Ogariovo. There is luxurious furniture with lavish decorations in every part of the palace. Putin has access to 20 different palaces and villas in Russia. Yes, Putin owns 20 palaces and villas in and around Russia, including Finland, Moscow, Europe, and other places. He also owns a palatial mansion fenced by the Black Sea, which is worth $1 billion. Putin is also believed to be the owner of a swanky 190,000 square foot mansion sitting atop a cliff that overlooks the Black Sea. If that is not enough, the mansion also has a bar room showcasing wine and spirits worth hundreds of dollars. The pictures of the opulent mansion have been released by Russian opposition leaders in the past who call it Putin's country cottage. The photos claim to show $500,000 dining room furniture, a $54,000 bar table, decked out bathrooms with fancy $850 Italian toilet brushes, and $1,250 toilet paper holders. Apart from reports about the Black Sea mansion, the 69-year-old Russian president is also rumored to be the owner of 19 other houses. Cars. The US president's beast gets a lot of attention, and you'll find a lot of trivia about the car on the web, but the Russian president's Aurus Senat has to be just as intriguing. The current state car of the Russian president, Aurus Senat, replaced the Mercedes-Benz S600 Guard Pullman. The Senat was publicly presented for the first time at the 4th inauguration of Vladimir Putin in 2018. The car is built by Russian automaker and developed by Nami in Moscow. It is powered by a 4.4-litre V8 that makes 598 horsepower and 889 Nm, paired with a 9-speed automatic transmission. It can do a 0 to 100 km/h sprint in 6 seconds and a top speed of 249 km/h. Vladimir Putin is said to own more than 700 high-end cars. His car collection includes luxurious limousines to extreme off-roaders. The cost of the car is around $160,000. This limousine is only one of its kind, specifically made for the Russian president. Planes. The main presidential aircraft is the 4-engined long-range wide-body Ilyushin IL-96-300PU, a highly modified IL-96 with the two last letters standing for command point in Russian. But his prized possession seems to be the Flying Kremlin, which is a Russian-made Ilyushin IL-80 plane, a modified version of the IL-86 passenger and cargo plane. The aircraft is designed specifically to protect Russian leadership at all cost through a worst-case scenario. Despite its size, the plane has no windows except the cockpit to ensure maximum protection through trying atmospheric and weather conditions or a nuclear blast. The aircraft is essentially an airborne command post with special communications equipment placed within a dome on its fuselage that reportedly prevents exposure to electromagnetic pulse attacks. In the case of a nuclear exchange, Russia would use the aircraft to ensure a continued chain of command and communication for retaliatory attacks or to move troops on the ground. The aircraft can also be refueled mid-flight, allowing the vehicle to stay in the air for long periods. This great machine is reportedly worth more than $716 million. Yacht. Putin allegedly owns 4 yachts. One of his yachts, Russia, received an upgrade in 2005 that cost about $1.2 billion. Another one of his yachts, the Graceful, has 6 bedrooms. Roman Abramovich, one of the richest people in Russia, gave Putin a 57-meter luxury yacht as a gift. This yacht, Olympia, is worth over $50 million and is being maintained by spending hundreds of thousands of dollars from a national treasure. A picture came to the public of a 140-meter-long 6-floor super yacht in Italy, also believed to be owned by Putin. The Scheherazade, said to be worth $700 million, is docked in a shipyard in Marina di Carrara, a town on Italy's Tuscan coast. The Guardian report said that the vehicle is equipped with a spa, swimming pools, 2 helipads, a wood-burning fireplace, and a pool table designed to tilt to reduce the impact of the waves. In an address to the Italian parliament on Tuesday, Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky urged Italy to seize the yacht. Vladimir Putin's second-largest super yacht is on the move, more than 7 months after hastily departing Germany for the Russian exclave of Kaliningrad. The Russian president's $119 million, 267-foot Graceful was spotted off the coast of Estonia with a new name. Graceful has a new name, Kosatka, Russian for killer whale. Kosatka features an indoor swimming pool that turns into a theatre and a dance floor, a helipad, and suites for up to 12 guests. The ship also boasts pool towel storage cabinets that double as vodka bars and an owner's suite with a wine cave that can store up to 400 bottles. Watches. The watch choices of world leaders offer an insight into the personalities behind politics. And Russian President Vladimir Putin is no exception. Putin has one of the most varying and luxurious collections of watches, which is not bad for a man whose official salary is £72,000. The timepiece most commonly associated with the Russian president is the A Lange und Sonne 1815 up-down. Putin is frequently seen wearing the platinum version of this iconic watch, presented on a 36mm case finished with a black alligator strap. Arguably, the crown jewel in his collection is the Philippe Perpetual Calendar Moon phase from Swiss watchmaker Patek Philippe. Crafted in 18K rose gold, the timepiece is powered by the manually wound caliber CHR 29535 PSQ, visible through a sapphire case back. Another favourite of Putin's is the limited edition Grand Date Aqualung from Blancpain, the oldest surviving watchmaking brand in the world. Injecting a burst of colour into Putin's otherwise rather minimalist watch collection is the Chronomètre Bleu from FP Journe. What's most striking about this design is its 39mm case made of tantalum, a rare dark grey metal with blue overtones. Vladimir Putin's watch collection is reportedly north of $1 million. Does that help him to get more time for work? Security. Expenditures of the federal budget for the functioning of the President of Russia in January-February 2022 increased by 40%, according to the latest Finance Ministry statistics. For 2 months, Putin's maintenance cost the Treasury 9.3 billion rubles against 6.6 billion for the same period last year. Presidential spending has become one of the most expensive items on the budget. In early March, it had used 34% of the annual budget of 27.3 billion rubles. To compare, in 2 months, the Treasury spent 18.5% of the annual budget to maintain the army as it prepared to invade Ukraine, sent 13.7% to the Interior Ministry, and used 8.9% to support the national economy. The finance ministry doesn't disclose exactly how the money for the Russian president is spent. Putin recently conducted a massive purge of his administration's technical staff, firing about 1,000 people, from cooks and laundresses to secretaries and bodyguards. They were replaced with new employees to provide for the president's day-to-day needs. 1,000 people for daily needs? A bit excessive, I believe. Other assets. According to the dossier presented by Boris Nemtsov, Putin owns many jets, helicopters, and yachts, and the details about some of these were also mentioned. Putin has ownership of stakes in a great number of Russian companies worth several billions of dollars in total. In the 2016 Panama leaks, over 11 million documents were leaked, yet Putin was not mentioned in even one of them. However, 3 of his close associates were involved, and they had offshore companies worth a total of $2 billion US. Keeping all these things in mind, it is safe to assume that even if Putin is not the wealthiest man in the world, he is up there among the top ones. As for his total net worth, we can only guess because all this information might just be the tip of the iceberg, as most of Putin's assets remain hidden from the public eye. But we promised it, so we will take a guess, and our guess is somewhere around $300 billion US. That sums it all up for today. Tell us in the comments section what surprised you the most and what you think Putin's real net worth is. And if you enjoyed the video, do not forget to leave a like. We will see you in the next video.